So good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. We give thanks as usual. Guys, I'm gonna try to be as brief as I can. I saw the Facebook post yesterday as it relates to an ongoing dispute between the parents of the young boy from Soufriere, that is Makai, who was badly burnt somewhere about the 9th or 10th of December. And it really caught my attention. I want to place on record that I've never known the parents of Makai before. As a matter of fact, I never knew of Makai before. But when the post was sent to me, it really touched me. And immediately, and I want to make sure I capture the events correctly. I learned of it on the 10th and on the 11th. I didn't come and ask for money. I didn't come and ask for jewelry or gold or anything. I asked that we pray. We put our prayers together. We join our prayers together and pray for the family and this young man who was going through an ordeal. By the 12th, I would have asked for a little bit more than just prayers in terms of financial contribution. I would have also been in contact with the mother, because when she saw I was asking for prayers for her child, she told me thank you. And from there, we developed a rapport and a communication. I have had communication with the mother only, that is Cassian Tavernier. That is who I have been in contact with, asking about the child and how is he progressing and whatnot. So when this whole thing started off, I was told by the mother they were given a rough idea of what it may cost in the French island. I think it was about 18,000 US. So a GoFundMe was set up. I did not ask by who or who did it at that point, but a GoFundMe was set up. And when I checked the GoFundMe, to be quite honest, guys, it wasn't really moving. I saw that GoFundMe at about 1800 US, thereabout. So I decided, you know what? Looking at this child, looking at this predicament, I mean, his whole life is ahead of him. I decided, you know what? I'm going to lend my support. I'm going to call on people. I'm going to appeal. I have actually begged persons to support this child, support the GoFundMe. When I asked about a local account, the mother told me my account is not ready or it's not in order, but the father account is available. As far as I'm concerned, even for the people who were together, I took the information and I disseminated. Support the cause, support the GoFundMe, support the account at the NCCU. I even showed persons how, even if it's an NBD account with more banking, you could still get that payment into NCCU. And I keep pushing the GoFundMe. And guys, like it or not, I believe my influence on this encourage persons, encourage people to support in large numbers, where we saw 1800 move to 18,000, and now that GoFundMe is just about a little over 20,000. And here we have some problems. And I'm not going to come here and point finger. There are certain demands I probably want to make. As one of the advocates, or I would say the leading advocate to the cause, to help restore this child's life. 55% of his body badly burnt, as a young boy experimenting with the canoe, and it went sour, it went bad. We're not going to blame him or blame the mother or blame anybody. Children will be children and things happen. It's just to learn. And guys, at this point, I'm not going to point any finger, but some of the things that I have seen, whether through screenshot conversation between the mother side and the other side, some of them I started to wonder, what is the objective? Is the objective the child's healing and well-being, or is it something else? Another observation I had, I noticed the GoFundMe moved from 18,000 to 60,000. And persons were saying the cost has risen up, additional expenses and whatnot. I have asked the question, what documents are in place to substantiate the increase? That is 3 times the amount. You move from 18 to 60. That is over 3 times the amount. There should be a basis for that increase. I never got anything because the person I'm in contact with is the mother. She's not the one behind the GoFundMe. So I'm going to ask the people behind the GoFundMe. In as much as I use whatever little platform I have to motivate and entice people to support the cause, I want full accountability of the monies that was raised. Absolute accountability. This represents persons hard-earned money. People money, they probably had to work in cold weather. They probably had to have their knees on the ground, scrubbing floor. I want some accountability. I know in excess of 20,000 was raised. How was it disbursed? I believe the mother have tried to get information as to how much money was collected on the father's account before she could have set up an account. She has not been able to get information. I will say to you, young man, whatever money that was collected out of the goodness of people's heart for your child, it was for just that, for nothing else, just for that. And this is something that should be easy to just put forward and say, okay, prior to the incident, I held a balance of X. It is now at a certain level. This represents what was collected on behalf of my son. This is a thing that whether parents are together or not, this is something I would have expected bygones to be bygones. We put everything. I know the mother subsequently opened another account at the NBD and persons have supported. I have asked her at any given time, what have you collected? And she's very transparent, very open. She sends me screenshots and everything. But I'm asking, the bulk of money was collected on the GoFundMe. There is need for open transparency, because I'm hearing about provisions being made for loss of employment income, loss of this, and apportionment. As far as I'm concerned, this should be the last and the least on people's mind. Any form of apportionment or loss of income. If my child or my children are in a predicament, it is not what income I would have lost. If I have to lose income being on my child's bedside, being there with him, so be it. I'm not going to calculate. And as a matter of fact, how do you know how much loss of income you would have to collect from this? How did you come up with the computation? But as I said, I'm not here pointing any fingers. I'm simply asking for transparency and accountability, because this is not monies people decided to just give and donate for people to do as they please. These were monies that we beg, we make a plea, we appeal to persons' consciences to support this young man. Looking at him, I mean, it brought tears to my eyes every time I look at the pictures that the mother would send me, to keep me in the loop. And to see the child has not even come out of that situation. As a matter of fact, he had a surgery to do, and that had to be postponed because he got an infection. The child is not even out of the woods, but you have this going on. I mean, the mother maybe reached a boiling point where she's asking questions and she's not getting responses, or maybe they are not to her satisfaction. I am not pointing any finger. All I am saying, an unfortunate situation arose. The child was badly burnt, 55%. The public, the world, I would say, was reached out to, made an appeal. People supported the cause, but people supported the cause towards the restoration of that child's life. I am understanding the French government has decided that they will meet the cost of whatever medical surgeries and what have you that has to be done. Yes, the mother may still have some additional expenses, living and otherwise, that has to be taken care of. But this situation there with this GoFundMe and you find pulling here and pulling there should not be any of that. That should be a clear thing. This is what we have collected, because we cannot go apportioning money. We do not know what is going to happen to that child. If he has to go back for follow-up medical services or care, what has to happen if he has to have special cream, special ointment and what have you? We do not know. So those involved, I'm asking that you do what is right. I saw a Facebook page that tagged me. That is fine. I can be tagged morning, noon and night. It's okay. I did this out of the goodness of my heart. I did not have to know the child. I did not have to go school with the mother or the father or go warehouse with them or nothing like that. I saw a child in distress and I said the least I can do is to appeal to the general public to support the cause, to help. But now I'm asking for absolute transparency. Absolute transparency on this matter. And that's all I have to say at this time. It warrants absolute transparency and accountability in the funds that were raised specifically towards the medical care of young Makai. That is what the funds were raised for. This was the primary objective. I'm not opposed to if some of the funds had to be used maybe for one of the parents to come up, maybe to help and assist and whatnot. All that is fine. But let us get it clear, because there are donors who are asking. There are persons who are asking for accountability of how their money was spent or is being spent. And this should not be a problem. This should be forthcoming. As a matter of fact, I expect a report to be sent to me within about 3 to 4 hours. That should be very simple. Amount received, amount disbursed, purpose and amount, and we're moving down like that. Net balance, and that is how we have to go. That is how we have to go. That would have been so easy for me to do. I received all of this for one of my children. This is what we have spent. This is what is left. We are holding on to it because the child is not out of the woods as yet. Simple conversation. So no finger pointing. All we ask is for accountability. That's all. At the end of the day, young Makai is still fighting for his life. With these things you can get infections. Things can turn sour. We are hoping for the best. Now is not the time to have this tug of war. Over what? Money? There should be strict accountability. And I am asking for that. Because I went out there making a plea, begging, soliciting support to this child. I'm asking for accountability and nothing less. One love, Dominica. Makai Bellot, you will be back. You will return. You will not be playing with no canoe and those kind of thing there again. You like your little fishing, I think you should still partake in that. Get into the fishing culture, but have it done in a supervised manner and whatnot. You will be okay. Those involved in this calamity at this time, I ask that you stop and you think for a second. What was the primary objective of this GoFundMe, these accounts that were created? And let us just come clean, strict accountability. One love. I couldn't say it any less, or I could not add any more to what I have to say. It's a long message, but I know you will read it because it's a genuine message. Bless. Yeah.
Everybody. Hello, everybody.